I've been working with people now for almost 20 years, and I saw a lot of different effects, and some of it has puzzled me, especially at the beginning of working with people, where I didn't understand that sometimes group processes that are going well suddenly become difficult, or a certain amount of people in the group have a difficulty connecting to what's offered, and while other people thrive with it. And only through understanding trauma and its effects on us as human beings and the way it affects our body and our nervous system, I started to understand what makes a difference for people in group processes. I'm very convinced now that the future of good facilitation and good leadership and good team leading will definitely be trauma informed, simply because it makes this work much more effective. It makes it much more sustainable for you as a practitioner, facilitator, teacher, or leader. And also makes it much more safe and also more fun and easy to engage with for all the people that are in your groups or in your teams. And overall, that creates more flow, it creates more capacity for learning, and it also creates much more engagement and fun in the work, and is maybe the best recipe also to prevent burnout. So signs that you're dealing with unrecognized trauma, either in yourself or also within your groups or within the facilitation of a group or a team, can be that maybe you feel energized while doing the work, but very tired, exhausted, and need days to recuperate after the work. It can be that people feel disengaged, not motivated, because maybe they don't feel well held or safe enough to really show up with what's important to them. It can be that a part of the group feels very motivated and present, and other people have a hard time connecting to the group or to the content. It can also be that you feel burdened by the difficulties that people are experiencing, and you start to carry a heavy weight on your shoulders. Even after the meetings are gone, you're still wondering and worrying about participants. So if any of these things feel like you know and you have encountered in your work, it might be that you have been dealing with unrecognized trauma. And what we look in a deep way in this training is to make this process something conscious, so that you know what you're dealing with. At the same time, also know how to navigate these maybe sometimes quite troubling or difficult waters, and also know very clearly your limits, where you are comfortable leading people into, and also know your limitations, where you know this is not your territory or expertise anymore. And this makes facilitation really safe and sustainable, and at the same time also really fun and more fluid for yourself and for the participants or people that you're working with. So this training is for you if you're passionate about your work and you love working with people, and you really want to bring it to the next level by understanding deeper what is going on in your work and in yourself while you're facilitating people. So if you're a therapist, a coach, a group leader, facilitator of any kind, if you work with teams or lead your business and facilitate meetings, this work can really give you a new understanding of how to bring the work that you already do and you love doing to the next level. It's not a training to become a trauma therapist or to do deep trauma work with your participants necessarily, unless you're qualified to do so. But what it will equip you with is really to be able to recognize and understand trauma when it shows up, and become a hindrance for you or your participants or the group that you're working with or the team to get back into the flow and have an effective meeting or group experience, so that you can work through the things you actually want to work with. So it will give you tools to navigate when it comes up. It will give you the capacity to see it in the group and in yourself, so that you can name it adequately, and steer the ship of your facilitation back into the waters that you're actually wanting to sail without getting drowned into the sea of trauma. If what I just described speaks to you and you're looking for a way to bring your facilitation, your leadership, and working with people to a new level, I warmly invite you to join us for this training. We will start in the end of October, and I'll be very happy to have you on board with us.